Welcome back to Rush the Field. I got 5 players for you that we're going to be talking about for the college football season that, I'm investing my stock into. I think that they could be really damn good this year. I'm saying maybe high enough to be a All-American. That's how high I am on some of these guys. And, before we go ahead and dive in, just to get to the point, if you're new here, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Just watching this video means the world to me. If you want to drop your opinion, leave it in the comments. Do whatever you feel to give me another shot because I just want to build a community here. I want Rush the Field to be a thing. This is my baby. This is just to be straight up. This is my baby. And I just want to get another opportunity to buy in, whether that's a like, whether that's a subscribe, whatever you feel, just give me another shot. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for watching the video. And let's go ahead and dive right on in. Cedric Baxter, CJ Baxter, I can't be high enough on him. I think the dude's going to be a really damn good running back. I think he could be the best running back in the country. That's how high I am on him. Lincoln Riley and quarterbacks, Texas and running backs, those things just work. They're just straight up, they just work. You can put a blind faith to them. That's going to work out. Hell, even Spencer Rattler, who didn't work with Lincoln Riley, became an NFL quarterback still. Now, I'm not going to try to credit Lincoln Riley for that, but Cedric Baxter is a really damn good running back. And I think we're talking about a guy that when Jonathan Brooks went down, he put up 650 yards as a backup running back with also, I think it was Killian Robinson still taking touches. He had 5 touchdowns. Like, I don't really see any major holes. Now, I see improvement that is needed from a guy like CJ Baxter, but the talent is all there. Breakaway speed, contact balance. He's everything you're looking for in a prototypical running back. And, at its core, when we're talking about Texas, we're talking about a team that needs a running back. I mean, everyone is talking about Quinn Ewers and Matthew Golden and Isaiah Bond in the passing offense, but at its core, what's going to win them football games when they go to Ann Arbor and play Michigan is running the damn football. And who's going to be toting that rock? CJ Baxter. He's going to be a household name, and I think he's going to put some explosive numbers on the board because of the focus on the guys that I just talked about. And I just, like I said, I can't be high enough on the guy. I think he's going to be an All-American this year and an incredible player. I think he could be the best running back in his own draft class, not the following year, but the one after that because he's only a true sophomore. One of the best players in the country last year that was a true freshman was Torian York, the linebacker from Texas A&M. Now, Edgerrin Cooper got a lot of the hype because he was an NFL-eligible player, and he ended up getting drafted to the Green Bay Packers. He was a great player as well. But Torian York had an incredible true freshman season in a linebacking room that was kind of seen as a weakness for Texas A&M outside of Edgerrin Cooper. He stepped up and made it a strength. We're talking about one of the best players in the SEC. I'm not kidding. He put up incredible numbers as a true freshman. I think he's going to be the leader of this Texas A&M's defense. And there's news article about the work ethic and how much of a leader he is on this defense. And you put in Mike Elko into the fold, a defensive-minded head coach that's been able to pump out really good defensive players. I think Torian York takes that next step. And, he's already seen as a freshman star for this team. Everyone talks about like Anthony Hill with Texas taking that next step. That's another guy that was in consideration of being that, next superstar. I think Torian York was right there as a playmaker for this Texas A&M defense, and I think he takes this next step. Everyone's focused on the pass rush for good reason. There's a lot of talent there, but he is going to be the guy that I think leads this defense, and they take that next step. And, maybe they become a force in the SEC. And if they do, I think Torian York is the catalyst that does it. You saw him on the thumbnail, Zachariah Branch, baby Tyreek. And I don't like saying just, super fast player, they're Tyreek Hill. But this is probably the closest thing we can get. I've never seen a player this shifty. People started comparing him to Reggie Bush after a kick return. Let's not do that. Let's take a break. Pause. You may be wondering how we got here. But the dude didn't get a lot of, receptions. He was basically a kick returner for most of his true freshman season. But I'm really trusting the process with Lincoln Riley. The same idea that I had for like Cedric Baxter in Texas and running backs, it just works. It's the same logic I'm going to put for like Lincoln Riley and Miller Moss. And who's going to be the guy that catches all those throws? It's going to be Zachariah Branch. There's not a doubt in my mind that he doesn't take the next step in a wide receiver room that, if you really think about it, once a guy like Brendan Rice left, they thought Dorian Singer might be the next guy. It's wide open right now. And I think Zachariah Branch is that guy that's going to take that next step. And he's a home run waiting to happen. That's just the truth. And, maybe there's some concerns of how is he going to fare in the Big Ten where they play real defense. Sometimes I don't think it matters that when you have that much speed and that much agility and able to stop and go as quickly as he's been able to do. I mean, coming out of high school, I could not be high enough on him. And it's the same case in college. I think if he's able to translate what he's able to do in the punt and kick returns into, wide receivers on a tunnel screen, just get the ball in his hands. And Lincoln Riley, what does he do best? Get his playmakers the ball in his hands. He's going to play incredible. He could be an All-American this year. I can't be high enough on a guy like Zachariah Branch. Just, if you just put on the film, you just see playmaker, superstar, everything you're looking for in the next college football star. And I think, honestly, by the time NCAA 25 comes out, people see, oh my God, he got 99 speed. He's going to be one of the best players in the game. He's going to be one of the best players in college football when we actually see it come to fruition. And all purpose, like get him a jet sweep. Just get the ball in his hands, damn it. Do y'all remember that video of Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, and another quarterback all training together? It may have been in the news cycle for a couple of days because anything Shedeur Sanders does gets some hype. But who was that third quarterback? It was Kyron Drones. Buy some stock into him. We're talking about a guy that was second leading rusher on his own team, 17 touchdowns, 3 picks. And I think dealing with some, back and forth with the backup quarterback, Kyron Drones has all the talent in the world to break out this year. And, selfishly, I just want Virginia Tech to be good. I want Enter Sandman, a ranked night game against like Clemson. I don't know, whatever team. Just give me that because it injected into my veins. I don't care. I just need Virginia Tech to be good. And I think Kyron Drones is a guy to put them onto the national spotlight. He's so damn talented. And I think with a full offseason of knowing that he's the QB1 and taking that next step, the dude has all the potential to do so. And training with guys like Shedeur and, Cam Ward, I'm not going to buy a bunch of stock into that, but I think he's in that realm of possibility of breaking out with those guys. And I think people are sleeping on him. He could be an All-American this year. That's as high as he can be. Now, do I think, and would I put money that he hits that ceiling? No, but that's how high his ceiling is. The dude's an incredible player. I mean, dude, 800 yards, 2K passing, and 17 touchdowns and 3 picks. He knows how to take care of the ball, and that's the baseline. I think he could take the next step. Kansas State quarterbacks that can run the ball. Yeah, it just works. It just happens to work, and I think the hype behind Avery Johnson's real. I think Kansas State is going to be a really damn good team in the Big 12 that is just wide open. Like, the Big 12 is about as polarizing of a conference as you're going to find. Obviously, it doesn't have the heavy hitters of the Big 10 and the SEC, but truly, who's the core favorite of that entire group? Yeah, you could say Utah, but you're not 110% confident in that they're going to win the Big 12. And Avery Johnson and Kansas State, man, obviously they lose a guy like Colin Klein, the offense coordinator, that kind of, perks some ears up. But I don't think Will Howard left just because he wanted to go to Ohio State. I think he knew that they were going to go with Avery Johnson moving forward, and he's just a playmaker, man. I think the dude is just a real star in the making. And if he gets some real opportunities, like in some marquee games, I think he's going to step up. Now, as a passer, was he perfect? But he didn't really have a lot of opportunities. We're talking about 66% completion. No, pause. 56 completion percentage, and then 66 attempts. I mean, it's a small sample size, but the dude was able to run like crazy. The dude had 300 yards rushing on 52 attempts, 7 touchdowns. The dude is just a playmaker. And I think there's a lot of hype for him for good reason. Everything that's coming out of Kansas State camp is that the dude's just a baller. It's just what Avery Johnson does, man. And I think it's a blind faith that a rushing quarterback from Kansas State, a la Colin Klein, is just going to work out, man. And that's why I think he could be a breakout player this year, just like a lot of people do. It's probably a very common take that he's a marquee guy that could take that next step. Now, do I think he's a Heisman winner? No. Pause the brakes there. But could he be a really damn good player? Arguable best quarterback in the Big 12? Maybe you're dealing with Shedeur Sanders and, Cam Rising, but if he enters that conversation, man, he had a breakout year. With that being said, that's the 5 players that I think are going to break out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, just give me a shot, man. Thank you so much for watching this video, and y'all have a fantastic day. And go ahead, enjoy your summers, but we are only 12 Saturdays away from college football being back.